only men, if you going into this thing looking for glory,
oh no,
and to be appreciated, you fucking up, because that's not coming. That's not gonna happen until you die. When everybody's standing around your casket, he was a good man. He did everything.
Well, it might have happened before then.
Yeah, okay.
You get your
flowers. Even it is, I ain't seen none.
The only motherfucker that worships you like a hero is a side chick.
Oh, goddamn.
I'm just saying.
You're like, that's my hero.
Them the ones that's got the pom-pom.
And that ain't doing you no fucking good.
No fucking good.
Yeah, you're right.
No fucking good.
You're right. You're right. And that was right. He like, yeah, but anyway, back to God.
Right.
All right, Jordan.
And I'm working this hard for a reason.
We want to talk about religion. Well, how about black men specifically, and religion, and dare I say, going to church, or just religion in the relationship period, in your marriage.
Okay.
So, Brother Troy, you know how we do about this time. Give us your thoughts on it.
Hey, this is when, the rubber meet the road.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? This is where I failed, I think, in my marriage. I failed, in terms of my family, in some of these areas, because I really wasn't the head of my household in terms of pushing religion. I didn't take the leadership role into incorporating, a regular routine with praying and all of those things, in my household. My wife did those things.
Mm-hmm.
As I got older, I look back, and like I just said, I kind of feel like I failed, my family in that area, because that's one of the things that I think a father should lead, and I clearly didn't do that. Now, I ain't saying there's no wrong or right way to do it, but in my opinion, I think that that's one of the areas in my personal life that I think I should have stepped up a little bit more. Not just a little bit, I should have stepped up a whole lot more and took a full lead, in that aspect. So, do I think, like I said, do I think the husband should have more of a leadership role in that area? I think he should. And one of the reasons is there's a lot of false prophets.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? There's a whole lot of BS, for a lack of better terms.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? So,
for sure.
If you're the leader of the household and you leading in that area, you can pick those things out. You don't have to wonder if is my kid getting the right word, right?
Mm-hmm.
More importantly, am I putting my family in a situation where we are contributing, to an inhabitor?
Right. Yeah.
Because there's a lot of times you can go to a church, man, and find out the pastor doing
XYZ
jokers on the corner. You know what I'm
sure.
saying?
Oh yeah.
And if you feed into that, you putting your family in that situation. Those negative things fall off on them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I do think at some point, we got to fess up as men. I'm fessing up today. You know what I'm saying? I fucked up in that area.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I'm 100% on that shit. So I'm keeping it real.
Well,
I mean,
big bitch.
I'm right there with you, but I don't look at it completely that way. The way I look at it was the way I was raised. I really didn't have a choice. There was no option. You see what I'm saying? Whether or not I was going to be attending church or what to believe in. I was told what to believe.
Yeah.
You feel me?
There you go. Okay,
so,
that's where I'm going.
And I'm not saying, they were, but that's all they knew.
Mm-hmm.
That's all they knew.
Mm-hmm.
And when I started having my family, I never really pushed the religion thing, but I've always shown that you have to have faith and belief that you can overcome any obstacle.
Mm-hmm.
But what I didn't want them to do was to feel like that they should be sitting around waiting on something to fall out of the sky.
Right.
You got to get your ass up and make things happen.
Nobody coming to save you.
Ain't nobody coming to save you.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah. That's clear.
So that's the kind of the approach I took. So I didn't force them to go to church. I didn't, we went a few times when they were younger, but I left it up to them whether or not they wanted to pursue that avenue.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? I didn't make the choice for them.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's totally opposite on this side. So Monique was raised Muslim.
Mm-hmm.
I was raised Baptist. And as far as Austin, the oldest, my oldest son, his mother's Jewish. So you got all that going on, right? And I never pushed religion on anybody. Like I'll tell you straight up, me and Monique do not even have the same religious beliefs, political beliefs, or sometimes even, family beliefs, like as far as how we raise the family and the kids and stuff. But I don't think personally religion should be the catalyst that drives the family dynamic. And the only reason I'm saying that is because you have to be a good person, a decent person,
right,
and be like of service in this world, period. Everybody knows that.
Right.
You might not want to do it. You might not want to, follow the guidelines and walk that path, but everybody knows that. So I think as long as you have that, I'm not big on religion, and I'm not pushing religion on anybody or my kids. They all have faith, and they know, how we were raised, and they've been to church. Of course, I was raised in the church. My mother was a Sunday school teacher, so I was the usher. I ain't had no choice. You know what I'm saying? But I think a lot of that stuff was just handed down through generations, man. You know what I'm saying? Because well, all I'm saying is, if prayer worked, my mother would still be here. If prayer worked, we wouldn't be looked at in this country and in this world, black people, the way we are, if prayer really worked.
Worldwide.
You have to put the work in.
So what I was telling y'all about the way I feel about the situation was I wasn't a leader in my household in terms of making sure that we went to church and all those things. My wife did.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we went regularly.
Okay.
And we are a praying family. We believe in Christ.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And we believe in the power of prayer. So those things was definitely rooted in my kids, and me at the same time, as a family. We definitely grew in those areas.
Yeah.
And we still grow in those areas today. You know what I'm saying? That's a big part of our family.
Yeah.
I can tell you right now, I certainly believe in the power of prayer.
Yeah.
Okay.
And,
I understand.
And, to your comment about, you don't if prayer worked, your mom would still be here. Prayer actually did work in that area. You know what I'm saying? What you don't realize is, well, you got to realize we all we all come and we all got to go.
Yeah.
Right. And the blessing in going sometime is being able to leave a legacy behind you. Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's a true blessing to say that, you know what, I can go on and know that my son can become a productive man, and that productive man can have a productive son.
Right.
Right.
But that's not science, though.
No, I was going to say, if you had never been introduced to religion, would you still feel that way?
Hell yeah.
Okay.
What was like a core value?
What if Darwinism was pushed on us instead of religion? That's what we would believe. Evolution, all this stuff like that. We come from this, we come from that. What if our grandparents were given, or not our grandparents, our ancestors were given that instead of what they were given when they got here?
You know why?
Then we would believe that.
You know why they wasn't?
Why?
The power of prayer, bro. You know what I'm saying?
They
all
were
those
slaves.
things was written down. It was already written down.
But they were slaves.
It was a situation for us to already know that, that was going to be our life. You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
And I'm not to cut you off, man.
You good,
I'm sorry. But what I'm saying is, hey, prayer brought us all a long ass way. You know what I'm saying? That's on the truth. Whether it was direct, indirect, some wreck, a part of a wreck.
I hear you.
Prayer been a part of all of us, my man.
I see what you're saying, because you're talking
I'm
about.
gonna tell you
the
right now,
people
the only way a
before
family
us.
gonna
I see
survive.
what you're saying.
The only way a family gonna survive, especially a marriage, man. Look here, if you ain't got prayer in your marriage, that shit ain't gonna work.
Yeah.
Because a marriage gonna test
don't believe
every single piece.
Now that's true.
Everything a part of your life gonna get touched inside of that marriage.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we was just talking
And
about.
if your ass ain't got prayer, well, you fighting
This
no
is
bad
my issue,
fight.
though. This is my issue with it. I believe in prayer, but who are we actually praying to?
That's based on your religion. What that based
How
on
can
what
it be
that
so
you
many
believe was
religions,
the higher
though?
power.
How many gods?
That's
Like,
what I'm
it
saying.
makes
That's
no
what
sense.
brings the conflict in. This is why I can't rock with it, because the Baptists believe the Muslims are going to hell. That the Muslims
believe
believe
the Buddha's
Jews
not
are going
going.
to
Yeah,
and
but
people-
everybody going to hell.
Right. But you as a man are determined in that just because of what somebody else
Yeah,
believes in.
right,
And then people
right.
say when you talk like this, you're rejecting God.
No.
But listen, people used to think that Zeus was God. We don't believe that no more, so therefore we reject that God every day of our life. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
So I mean, I don't know.
But even with all that being said, if your faith and what you practice with your family, if that drives you to be a good person and do good things, I don't give a fuck.
Whatever works.
Hey,
works.
if you believe this piece of wood over here is the second coming and it makes you be a better, that's
Because that's gonna
good.
bring some kind of a foundation.
Yes,
you know what I'm
right,
saying.
yes.
So
Right.
Faith.
everybody,
I
ain't
know
gonna
what you're
believe
saying
the
about
same
faith.
thing,
I
you know what
know
mean?
exactly
but you got
what
to
you're
believe
saying.
in something.
You have to.
You know what I mean?
have
You
to.
got to have some kind of faith
Yeah.
and some kind of prayer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, to survive.
Right.
Period. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
and I mean,
Especially
I
when you
always-
got other people looking up to you and you got to
Exactly.
lead.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They don't know
Right.
what's going on out here. And
So
if you
you
ain't
saying
bringing them
you
some kind of a foundation, bro.
You saying you felt bad because you didn't take the lead in that area.
Right. Because biblically, that's my responsibility. That's our responsibility.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if it's generational, if it's just laziness. It's a combination of all of it, honestly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I just didn't put forth the effort to push that. Because my wife, I knew, and I shouldn't, and that's the part of laziness. She, that was something she was going to pick up on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we always went to church. We always was involved in checking, making sure my kids understood,
Yeah.
that there is a higher power, and here's the things that come with life.
So what if y'all were taking them down that path? What if one of them or both of them decided they wasn't down with it? Either way.
Well, it's funny you say that. My daughter right now, currently, she actually works on a different podcast, but she's really thick and she's big in her religion today. You know what I mean? She's really understanding, the true word in her opinion.
Okay.
So a lot of the things that she learns, she read and she's understanding comes from the Jewish, belief.
Yeah.
And she really looking at the real things that happened before Christ was even born, before Jesus was born. You know what I'm saying? So, she's educating me. And I feel good because she had that foundation to starting off to understand that there was some part of a religion. Now as she got to be a 27-year-old, she done found other things in religion. But the bottom line is she came from that foundation of religion.
Yeah.
So now she's deep in her faith.
Yeah.
And she's learning for herself. And again, she's teaching me.
Okay.
I got you. I can
Now
dig it.
what how your kids rolling with it? From how y'all brought them into it or what they've been exposed to from y'all, how do they,
They understand that in order to be a productive and successful human being, you can't walk around here being a complete asshole or a piece of shit. You know what I mean? No,
Yeah.
They understand. They have the core. Like
Yeah.
they understand the basics. Now the older ones, I don't really know how they feel about religion. I've
Yeah.
expressed to them how I feel about it. And
Yeah.
it wasn't that I was down in it.
Yeah,
It was
yeah,
just
yeah.
when I got to a certain point in my life, it was like I had a hangover.
Because it was forced down my throat.
Right.
That's my biggest issue. It was forced down my throat, and even with my mother being a Sunday school teacher, she would be up there talking about stuff, and I'm just like, and she would see my face, she'd be like, telling you a little red ass, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, that makes no sense. What
It
you
makes
just
no
said,
sense. It
and
makes
she
no
used to
sense.
piss her off, dude.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So I get what you're saying.
So
I get
yeah,
what you're
I mean
saying.
they get it. As far as there being a higher being, somebody you're gonna have to answer. For
We
your
came from
actions.
somewhere.
Yeah,
We would all love to say we know, even if it's religion or if it's scientific. We all would love to say we know for sure. We don't.
we don't.
We
Nobody has
fucking
ever
don't,
came
man.
back and told us.
No.
You're right.
No.
Nobody's ever.
And if
actually
they did
came
come back, I won't talk to them.
Hell no. If I do, it'd be from across the street.
Yeah.
But so yeah, and then my youngest, he's the one. He questions everything. He is so much like me when it comes to that. I was the same way.
Yeah.
I listened to what they said, I digested it, I took it in, and I believed it. But I had questions that nobody could answer.
Yeah.
And he's the same way. You know, he questions everything.
Yeah.
You know, and then my middle son.
That's not a bad thing.
No, it's
dude.
not a bad thing because you don't know.
You don't down somebody's beliefs.
No.
You don't just because you don't believe like them. But there's nothing wrong with questioning.
No.
Absolutely
I believe he
nothing.
takes the same way I do now at this point in my life. Take certain things from each one.
Right.
And make that work because certain things just make sense. You know what I mean? Certain
And
things
some
just make
just
sense.
don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some of it don't.
I get it. So with us, Bryce, we ever been to church? No.
I went personally.
Yeah. See, but he knows from us, or maybe your mother told you. You know some stuff from your mother, right? Like about God and stuff. Oh shit, we failed. But that's not anything we push like in the family. We push being productive, being a good fucking person, and getting up off your ass and being of service when you can. I don't give a damn. It's like him. He'll hold doors for ladies and shit. Like go out his way. Like be a good fucking person, man.
Right.
Man, I tell you, some of my kids' funniest memories is going to summer school at church. You know what I'm saying? Being a
Like
part
the
of church
vacation
program.
Bible
Vacation Bible school.
Not really vacation Bible school. They had, man, in Kansas City, they had certain programs for the kids. You know, certain different churches.
Oh, okay.
You know, would have these summer programs where you know you go there, and I can't remember the name of it right now.
And you
man,
get
but-
credits and the whole shit, all that.
Well, it ain't really summer school, but it's almost like an exciting daycare.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
For us,
Okay.
like they got all the levels of grades.
Mhm.
Okay.
And the kids are actually learning different things about the Bible and learning different things about, you know, about religion.
Okay.
Okay, so some of the cool things is they learn different songs and dances, and you know they have a lot of fun. And I look back at some of the times that they laughed and had a great, you know, all the funny stories came from a lot of them church summer school programs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I say that to say my kids started that, man, when they was real little.
Yeah.
You know, they was around a church environment. You know, they was around an environment where you know where people actually believed, you know, in Christ, and that was important, man.
So
you know?
okay, let me ask you. So right there, would when you met LaShawn, would it have been a deal breaker if y'all were different religions? Why your eyes get so big? Why do he do that
He's like,
shit?
where we going?
I said, bro,
Where we going?
I just
Would
about
that-
to say, I ain't gonna say yeah.
Really?
I ain't gonna say different religion. But it would have definitely been a deal breaker if she was not a believer.
Really?
Oh yeah,
Well, okay. Let's not say. I see. I'm not even saying I'm not a believer. I just know. I go with tangible shit. I'm here right now on this earth. I got these people I got to take care of. That's the shit I believe in, and that's the shit that I work hard for. So what if she was just not saying she didn't believe, but she just thought that okay, that's your thoughts and that's what you believe. I'm fucking with you because of that. And I still love you and I like you. That wouldn't have been damn,
No.
Troy.
that's a deal breaker, bro. Because
Deal
again,
Really?
that's my family.
You do?
No.
Oh.
For
No.
me, that's a deal breaker. That's the family, bro. We can't have. How we gonna be united and divided? And when you divided in an area that big in your life, man.
But
nothing
see,
good's gonna come from
that's religion being divisive right there. Like I
got you. Okay, let me ask you this. Because I had this discussion with my oldest, right? And he was talking about, this was maybe a previous relationship that he was in or whatever. He was talking about the fact that she was questioning him about some of the things that he was doing.
Yeah.
So he felt like he had to be honest
Mm-hmm.
and say, yeah, I still talk to my ex on occasion, or I still take texts from her. And I'm like, boy, you fucking stupid as hell. I said, sometimes you have to lie.
Mm-hmm.
You have to.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm
Or
saying?
omit the truth.
You can't be completely. If we were all completely
Man,
honest
look here,
about
there
everything,
ain't nobody perfect.
No,
Right.
There ain't no perfect Christian. There ain't.
No.
You know, let
But
me
see,
be
what
very
he's saying
clear.
is-
You know what I'm
what he's
saying?
saying is
I don't
with-
live no perfect life by
What I'm
any
saying
means.
is, with honesty, that's a part of the religion. You
Mhm.
got to tell the truth. You got to be honest about stuff. How about the flip to that, though? You're being honest. Now you're hurting her feelings. You're breaking her heart. You can't go both
it
ways.
can't go both ways.
Well, God gave all of us sense.
Yeah.
So
He gave
everybody
some
got
of us.
common sense.
A lot of these motherfuckers ain't.
But let me tell you, man. Not again, man. By no means am I saying Christians are perfect. You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
We not. You know what I mean? Straight up. a lot of us do a lot of bad shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's just on the real.
Yeah.
That's just worldly shit though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's just that's life. But at the end of the day, we gonna fall on our knees, man.
I feel you.
Know, and we gonna come together on our knees.
Yeah.
That's we gonna do that before we eat.
Yeah.
You know, we gonna do that when we together. Like that's a big part of my family.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with
But
that.
I ain't gonna hold you up.
To me, and I just laugh, man, when I see people at McDonald's praying over their food.
Hell yeah.
Man, you praying over this? You praying over this shit? You gonna still have salmonella when you leave this motherfucker? I don't know.
Maybe I won't.
And McDonald's like, thank you, Jesus. Nigga, no.
Hey,
But I don't know,
have it
like,
when I leave.
and I don't, if all you are is your religious beliefs, I think that's kind of detrimental to a relationship too.
Well, that can't
Even
be all you
if
want.
y'all both are, no, it's a lot of Troy, it's a lot of people out there. That's it. Like this podcast might not go off so great with a lot of people because there's
it's
a lot
gonna
of
be
people
people offended.
that's all they are. is
Generally,
their
what you
religion.
see though, man, is most of them gonna be in the same religion. Right now, some religions are a little bit strict, a little more strict in what they believe than others.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But generally, you know, you ain't gonna find a whole lot of households where you got an extreme on this side and an extreme on that side.
It ain't gonna coexist.
Yeah.
It ain't
You know what I'm saying? It just ain't gonna work. What you're gonna find is you know, somebody like my situation where my wife is a true believer.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a backslider. You know what I'm saying? And and a work in progress, I should say. You know what I mean? Because I still do things that I know are wrong.
All do, man.
You know what I'm saying?
We of this world.
That's
you know
just
what I'm saying?
So with that being said, I think you can exist. You can coexist because again, it's all about that foundation. You know what I mean? I know right from wrong.
Yeah.
And I also know when the shit hit the fan, you know, before I see anybody, I'm hitting my knees, you know what I'm saying, and on the good times.
Yeah.
I got you.
I'm saying thank you.
And see, that's what works for you, and it keep you fucking grounded. That's dope as shit. That's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm all with that.
I have no problem with that.
But with us, I never wanted to force nothing on any of the kids because I know how it felt for me.
Right.
And they were introduced to a lot of stuff. Clearly, we forgot about Bryce. We just said fuck
He
religion.
baby.
But Monique prays.
Yeah.
So she was raised Muslim, like I said. And then she grew up with her, well, she stayed a lot with her grandparents in Mount Clemens in the summertime, and they were Christians, you know, Baptists and stuff. So she had both. So when she prays, because she prays, she'll say,
Does she still practice religion now?
she pray. You know what I'm saying? We don't go to church, but she prays and she believes what she believes.
practice Muslim religion or?
I think she don't know, so she just says God. When she says her prayer, she said, "Dear God" or Allah. Like she don't know, so she pays homage to both. You know what I'm saying? But she's not real, you know, radical with it or nothing like that. And I don't bother anybody with it. Like Austin used to go to church with my father all the time. And he was, you know, Southern Baptist. You know, his church, they was from down south, so they moved it up there and stuff. So, but his mother was Jewish. So he but we don't force anything on anybody. And I think, and Bree, she had, you know, the Christian and the Muslim thing because of Monique. But I think it's good for them to see it all. Yeah. And if you pick something that keeps you afloat,
they gotta learn for themselves.
That's
the reason that you do it.
And that's how I feel about it.
Allow them to read. You know what I mean? They got Bibles. Again, you know, there's opportunities for them to.
That's like Bryce just sat here and said he went to church with his boys. You know what I'm saying? On his own. I would never knock it. If it turns you into a better person, I'm all for it.
Right.
I don't care what it is.
Because I've seen people go through real life struggles. I mean, drug addiction, whatever. You know what I mean? Just horrible fucking people. And then they find religion and it completely changes who they are. So I can respect that. Anything that made this dude a better person works for me. You see what I'm saying?
It ain't miracles, man. It ain't, you know, a lot of people look at religion like, you know, God just walking around throwing out miracles. You know what I mean? He just walking around, bam, putting a miracle on you, putting a miracle on you.
Brother, you had a miracle today.
He ain't just throwing out miracles and shit. You know what I mean? He don't work like that, man.
Yeah.
What it is when you find something that you can ground yourself in and you can actually see that there was people before me.
Yeah.
You know, and you can actually see that, damn, it was people that actually walked this earth 100 and something years before me.
Yeah.
Thousands of years before me. And we all had a common belief.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what actually changed their life. It ain't no miracle. God ain't just walked over and said, you a crackhead. Pop!
Lay
You don't
hands
smoke
on
crack.
you. You're
no
like,
more.
how?
You know
How
what
they
I'm
like
saying?
that crack
They
no
ain't do
more?
that
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
But instead of them smoking crack, they start reading a little bit more. So as they smoked a little less crack, they got, more
Like when
involved
dudes
in
go
the
to
right
jail.
way.
When
And
dudes go
before
to
you
jail.
know it, that became their life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what I mean. It ain't like he just walking around, like I said, just smacking niggas upside the head.
Yeah, they're like, I don't want this crack no more, baby.
Right.
You know what I mean? It ain't like that.
shit
He
don't
ain't
taste
just
like
doing
that.
that.
All right, so we're gonna stay in those in that vein right there a little bit. How do you feel? I'm gonna start with you. How do you feel about going to church? Like, let me preface this thing. I can't sit and listen to another man tell me how I should live my life.
Okay, that part.
So that's where I'm at with it. But how do you
I mean, okay. If that's your thing, that's your thing. I'm not knocking anybody. Like I said, I was in there from the time I can remember until I got to an age where I could say no.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't feel like
Yeah.
doing it now.
Yeah.
But, and I took great things from that. You know what I mean? I learned great things. I met beautiful people, and I also met some shit bags. You understand what I'm saying? I met people who done nothing but fuck up their entire life. And now they in their 60s and 70s, they feel like they about to die, so now they want to
get closer to Jesus.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with actually going to it, but I don't feel I feel like God is everywhere. I don't need to be in a building to make contact with Him. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's where I'm at with it.
Yeah.
And I think COVID actually
Exposed that. Yeah.
exposed it.
Yeah,
So, I mean,
and
a lot
open
of
our
people-
eyes to different ways.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm kind of like what you just said. I ain't big on actually going to church as much anymore. I'm big on going to a church if I'm gonna find the sermon to be something where somebody's actually teaching you something that's some words.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Opposed to hooping and hollering and because you can go to some churches, man, and the preacher can be up there 45 minutes, an hour.
And you
And
gonna
you
take
ain't
nothing
really
from
And
it.
ain't
nothing.
said shit.
It comes down to him just kind of telling you, like you just mentioned. One of y'all just said somebody telling you how to live your life. That's
Yeah.
kind of what it comes out to.
Yeah.
Because they really don't know themselves.
Right.
I once heard a man tell me that his dad was a preacher, but he couldn't read.
Okay.
That's wow.
Right, so he was a prominent preacher, and did very
That's
well,
crazy.
but he couldn't actually read.
Okay.
So everything that he was able to preach was a translation from somebody else's messages.
Yeah.
Right.
Right, because he couldn't read.
He don't even know the Bible. I mean, like most pastors do.
Dig what I'm saying? So, with that being said, there was a whole lot of flock in that congregation that took to the words in which he was saying that he really couldn't read himself.
Okay.
So he had a lot of followers is what I'm getting to.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Right.
I also attended a church here in Atlanta where they had the best music you can imagine.
Yeah.
No bullshit.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
believe.
The church service, man, I'm telling you, they had a really nice band. I mean, it was awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the very same man that came up there and delivered that message, multiple times a day on Sundays, with all of these people who follow his big old congregation, he was living a life of a worldly life.
Getting to find the things in life.
Right? And I look back on those times like, man, we was attending the church and we was praying with this man and, we was actually listening and following the man's words. But at the end of the day, he was cheating on his wife and doing all kind of old, different
money.
stuff. You know
Yes,
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
That's all.
I do know that, Christianity also comes with people that use it to their advantage.
To their advantage.
You're going to find that there is some crooked Christians, no doubt.
Yeah. Shady.
And in my opinion, they going to get, their time going to come. That's not for me to judge. You know what I'm saying? I can't be the ruler of what they doing today.
Okay.
Right? Because what they doing is exactly what God said not to do.
Right.
And
They doing it for
yeah,
profit. So
yeah.
what they gonna deal with is something that we ain't. I can't control none of that. I can't just sit back and watch.
Right.
Yeah.
And like you said, that minister doing whatever he felt like doing on the outside. I learned at an early age because I had somebody that was a prominent minister that basically broke my heart as far as that goes because of some of the things that he was involved with.
And you found out about it.
And I found out about it. So I learned at a young age
Same
that
here.
I don't need an intermediary between me and God.
Thank
Exactly.
you.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I can talk to him directly. I can have a relationship with him directly. And I guess that's what I was getting at earlier, like with the kids. I wanted them to establish their own relationship with God based on their experiences and
Right.
what they need, to become better people. Not based on what I forced down their throat.
And was given to me.
Right.
So it's just more.
But let me ask you a question. In that same situation that you just mentioned, them same babies that you're talking about, would you give them an option to be able to drink Kool-Aid or milk?
Yeah.
You give them that option? If you want to drink Kool-Aid all day, that's what you drink. You just drink Kool-Aid all day. What would you control that situation?
You're gonna control it to a certain, at a certain point.
And here's where I'm telling you where we go wrong, brother man. You just said something that actually took it all full circle.
Okay.
You established that relationship between you and God.
Right.
You decided you're gonna leave that up to your kids to make the right or wrong decision
What?
without
okay.
guidance.
No, I don't think
Okay.
that's what he's
Again,
saying.
I'm gonna
I
ask
don't
you:
think
would
that's
you
what he's
let them
saying.
drink Kool-Aid all day
Nah,
or
I
milk?
feel you. I feel you.
I know where you
feel,
going.
but hold on,
I know
Pat.
where you
I
going.
feel you. This is the thing. I want them to drink milk because it's healthy. I want them to drink Kool-Aid, but I don't want them sipping somebody else's Kool-Aid. You see what I'm saying?
They ain't gotta sip nobody else's Kool-Aid. They can
Jim
sip your
Jones,
Kool-Aid.
and not the rapper.
So this is where the leader part come in, right? This is where I'm telling you I feel. So this is where the part you step in and you say, you know what, son, or you know what, daughter, this is the things that I've learned. Let me explain to you this. This is how this works, right? And you start to mold that foundation. So when they become an early adult or a 16, 17-year-old, where we all decide, man, I'm tired of going to church every Sunday. I'm tired of going to choir rehearsal. I'm tired of this shit.
Yeah.
Right? We all get to that stage.
Oh yeah.
But when we got to that stage, we already had that foundation built. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So our parents, even though we didn't like it,
Yeah.
they made you go your ass to church.
Oh man, did she?
Oh,
But
yeah.
see, you keep saying you failed, but I'm Troy. We're living proof, brother. You did not,
No, I'm telling you.
because I see your family.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, man.
man.
But listen, what you see on the outside don't got shit to do with the inside, brother.
But and I get
You
that.
know what I'm saying?
I get that. I knew you was about to say that, but I can still see how your kids are evolving, how you and LaShawn interact with each other, and how y'all move. Period. I told you about the conversation I heard.
Yeah.
Y'all, bro. I'm telling you. I know what you're saying. You wanted it to be a certain way. You felt like you should have took control and be like, look, I'm gonna show y'all something, and this is how we getting that.
I think what I say I feel in my situation is the same thing that my wife did. I could have done.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
You just chose not
So
to.
you wish you would have.
Yeah, I was just lazy, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? But,
yeah.
Even when we moved here to Atlanta, we didn't have no family here.
Yeah.
We didn't have no church here. You know what I'm saying? We in Alpharetta, and it's a whole gang of Caucasians.
Right. Mhm.
My wife found a church. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to tell you something, man. Again, it goes back to actually going to a church where you can follow somebody who's going to give you something that's real out that book, or somebody going to do a bunch of hooping and hollering.
Yeah.
Right? So we went to Charles Stanley Church when we first got here. Right? And that man used to come on stage and only speak for 30 minutes, maybe 45 minutes at the most. But I walk away and understand exactly what he just told me.
Yeah.
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 And he reading it to you. He said, this is something that happened thousands of years ago. And it's ironic that they do the same thing we did.
Yeah.
Right?
And
So
you know what? You made a point. I don't think it was actually the religion that I reject. It's just some of the traditions that I didn't feel
I didn't like
were
it.
necessary.
There you
Exactly.
go. There
We
you
all-
go.
we
I
all
think
grew-
that's more.
we
it.
all
Yeah.
grew to that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I
And
think
I
as
hate it.
a young marriage, you got to have some of that in your household.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do.
But for me, it was seeing my grandmother and my mother being so beholden to other human beings. Like, I didn't like that type of shit, man. Like the mother of the church, you gotta be this way with her, and I don't like that. I don't like when people are put,
A hierarchy.
yeah, when we all just regular people here doing the service.
But there's a difference, right, of church and religion.
Yeah.
For
That's
sure.
a big ass difference.
It's a
Oh, big
difference.
time.
It's
Church
big-
is
oh,
a
Big
business.
time. And we could throw spirituality in there.
Church
too.
is a
We
business.
got 3 tiers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The religion part, that ain't the business side of it. Church is a business.
You know what's funny? I heard a guy say one time, I wish I had met Christ before I met these Christians.
I like that, bro.
You see what I'm saying?
And I get exactly what he was
get
saying.
it too. I get it too.
Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot.
Part of it is true, man, because again, when you church and your actual religion, that church, it comes along with a building, expense, greed, hierarchy, power.
Yeah.
You know,
It
how
can
many
go
people
awry
you
at
know
any
in this
time.
world right now that have more power in their church than they do in their own job?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. In
They
their
may
own
be
house.
the head deacon, whatever,
Yeah.
Right.
in their church, you know, and that's more important to them
Yeah.
than what they actually do to put food on their table.
Yeah.
You dig what I'm saying? That ain't religion.
No.
That's church.
That's church. And then you have some people that can become so fanatical with it. You see what I'm saying? And that kind of rubs me the wrong way too, because I've been around those people who, you know, I mean, everything
is religion.
That ain't religion.
You know what I mean?
That's church.
We were at this dinner one time, right? And there's a nice little spread on the table, and I hear this dude beside me say, "Oh, it's gonna be some people sinning in here today with all this eating going on." And I was like, "So all day long, this is what you do?" You know what I mean? Even
All
as a
day.
kid, I'm like, "This is what you do all day long."
All day. And eating? Because we want to be gluttonous or something?
Yeah.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Oh, my
Pretty much.
God.
Pretty much. I'll tell you what, I was that day.
Yeah, I seen, motherfucker. All right, so check this out. So going, you know, along with what you just said about church and religion and different ways pastors give the message, let's talk about TD Jakes.
Oh, wow.
Now, this is the sad part about that. I fuck with TD.
I'll fuck with it.
Because I like his message, the prosperity thing. And whatever's gonna catch people's attention and drive them in the right direction, I'm with it. I don't care.
Right.
So he's all about prosperity. So now there's rumors about some parties he went to at Puffy's.
Sex parties.
So let me just get this straight. We talking about the same pastor that got this big mega church, got all these millions of dollars, you know, essentially from the congregation of his church.
Yeah.
Yeah. And again, so back to before we even get on these homeboys, man.
Okay.
Again, we're gonna talk about that's church, and then we talking about religion,
Right.
and then we can also talk about again that hierarchy and that power,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Because you know the power in that pulpit, that's real,
Man, it's real, bro. It's
and,
real.
And what they get on the other side of it, they deserve.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm not up on what homeboy involved in,
Yeah.
but I will make it very clear. His ass definitely know right from wrong.
Oh, for sure. Because
sure.
we all do, and he know it tenfold.
And whatever he get on the other side of this story, he deserved it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because some of it
Do
came,
you know what it actually
most of it
is?
came with his power
Of course.
Oh, yeah. Power
Of
and influence.
course.
Power and
over a
influence.
church.
Of
Yeah.
course. A building.
Yeah, man.
Brick and
Slam
mortar.
his
Brick
ass.
and mortar.
Yeah.
Power and influence.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly what it all entailed. I've heard some stories about it. I read a little bit about it, but
Bryce, you heard anything about TD Jakes and Puff Daddy? He
Bryce-
don't give a damn.
he don't give a damn. I'll tell you a funny story, though. My youngest son used to say, "Pops, you look like TD Jakes." That was a side story. But anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, so I mean, but we have to take that shit like it is. I mean, he is a man.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And that's kind of where, like with the Catholic Church, how they feel like the Pope is God's
Man,
representation
right hand.
on
Yeah.
earth.
Yeah.
Come on, man, he's a
With
dude.
Great
He
power.
was born of a woman.
With great power comes great responsibility.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
And we all know
so
this.
that's where that go to, right? So when you're dealing with a guy like TD Jakes, who is the leader and the center of that big old congregation and portions of the United States in terms of other people that follow him, there's a certain level in which you need to live,
yeah,
right? There's certain things that you just do not put yourself involved with,
Right. Right.
period. You have whole families of people that's following you.
Yeah.
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 You don't put yourself in any situations where you're going to harm that.
Yeah.
When you become that leader, you put yourself in that situation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We didn't ask you. You decided I'm gonna be TD Jakes.
Yeah.
right.
I'm gonna be this big mega pastor. All of those were your dreams and plans. The same things that you prayed for.
Mm-hmm. You
Right.
asked for it, yeah.
Because he ain't get there without that.
Right, and the thing is, those accusations couldn't have been made without some of it being born in truth. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
It's got to be something.
I mean,
to
because
this.
why would a story like this even be made the light of day?
Right. Why should that even
We
touch
should.
you?
You and Puff shouldn't even almost. You want to be honest? Know each other.
True.
And if it is, it's only through a religion relationship.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because
Guidance,
there's times,
spiritual guidance.
man,
Yeah.
you know, there's times where my wife's uncle is a pastor.
Yeah.
And when we lived in Kansas City, there was a lot of conversations I had with him. You know what I'm saying? And things that I would go to him and he would give me some guidance on. So I can dig that part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But me and him ain't going to no damn titty bars
And
or
all
whatever
that.
the case of
Yeah,
the matter.
for
You know what I'm
sure,
saying?
for sure.
Nah.
And,
So if you
and-
putting yourself in that situation,
yeah.
then you going to get what you get.
And like I said, this is all speculative shit. We don't know because I
Right.
can't even find nothing
Allegedly.
concrete. But it's all over the internet. So
Well,
you know,
anything with
I
Puff
thought it was
Daddy
just
name attached
interesting.
to it on the internet nowadays.
Yeah,
man.
and I was
It's
just
like,
thought it was
though,
interesting because what we was going to talk
trying
about.
they
To be
best to
honest
get
with
that
you,
dude.
it's like whatever deal Puffy made with whoever he fucking made it with, they coming back to collect.
Yeah,
He made it with the devil, man.
You feel me?
I'm telling you, that
He
shit
had
that
his
he did all
time.
them years ago came back, man.
Right. He had his
and
time.
I don't think the devil is a specific person. It's an entity. It's things.
It's everywhere.
It's a lot.
Yeah,
Oh,
like
yeah.
it's yeah.
It's everywhere.
Now
Yeah.
let me tell you, I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna offend. I'm gonna run with them Christians. I'm gonna carry my shield. But believe me, it's an everyday fight.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There's way more non-believers
Mhm.
than there are believers.
Right.
You
Right.
dig what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
so
I don't want to
every
be
day-
involved with them either.
There you go.
No, I'm
Yeah.
afraid of them.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
I'm
mad
telling you,
enough to
anytime somebody
say,
tell you
dude,
they don't believe in anything,
Anything.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm mad enough to say it. I'm not just trying to be contrarian, you know, because everybody believes in this and everybody. Dude, I don't fucking know. I'm not that arrogant to say I know and I believe what this is what happened. I don't know.
Right.
So I'm
Right.
sitting back, trying to figure this thing out, watching everybody, kicking it with you, kicking it with you. Because me and you ain't never talked about religion. All of the years we know each other, we ain't never even broached a topic like.
We were damn near married.
Yeah, and we never talk about religion.
Never.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, but I'm always willing to learn. I like to know. I like to learn new shit every fucking day.
man. Before I got married, my wife flat out asked me, "Do you go?" Matter of fact, way before we got married, she asked me, "Do you go to church?" I was like, "Yeah." "Do you go to church?" And she's like, "Yeah, I go to church, but I don't never see you go to church."
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, "Well, damn, you know what? I actually ain't been to church in a while. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
yeah,
saying?"
yeah.
So while we was dating, we went to church. You know what I'm saying? Because I
we
grew up
never
going to
talked
church.
about it.
I just you
When he
know
never asked me, I
stepped
never asked
outside
her.
of that.
No, we didn't talk about it. I mean, I went.
And you from the Bible Belt, boy.
Boy, let me tell you something. My uncle drove the church van. That joint was parked in my grandma's yard.
Yeah.
Every
yeah.
time it
You
moved,
told me
I was
that.
on
You
it.
told
Yeah.
me that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I used to play on it. I mean,
Yeah.
the whole nine,
Yeah.
man. Every time she went to church, it got to the point with her. She got so frustrated with me following her to church every time she went. She told me that they were having a wake one Friday night and the body was still in the church. And I was like, I'm good then.
So you won't go.
So I didn't go. But coming back home that night, she slipped and fell down the hill and skint up her knees. And she was like, when she sat there, she said, "You know why I fell? Because I lied to
I
that
lied to
baby."
that boy. Yep. All
Yeah,
right.
happened.
So we're in the holiday season. It's
we
Christmas time.
Yes.
How do you approach Christmas? Religiously or just the straight up family dynamic? How do y'all like get down with it?
So we celebrate the celebration of lights.
Okay.
We've already did our celebration. We don't actually celebrate Christmas.
Okay.
We already had our celebration
Okay.
several days ago.
Yeah.
And we did it as a family, man. Every single day we ate. Well, not every day. We ate dinner. Out of the 7 or 8 days, I think we ate dinner 4 together. We ate dinner together as a family. We exchanged gifts. Each night there was
That's
different
dope,
people
man.
that got gifts, and we ate dinner together. And we sat around. My daughter had some passages that she read.
Okay.
What's up?
Some of them, it was a little long, but
Troy
Hey,
over there
but at the
like,
end of the day-
baby girl,
yeah,
wrap it up.
But at the end of the day, man, that's what we did. That's what we did for our celebration. My daughter drove out here, several nights a week. We ate dinner together. We prayed. We, we exchanged gifts. We laughed. Had a few drinks. And that's how we did our celebration.
kicked
So when
it
Christmas come
as a
along,
family.
I mean, we ain't got no Christmas tree and all that, but we gonna just,
Oh, y'all don't do that?
Nah, man, we ain't. Nah.
Really?
Really? Okay. I mean, I
don't
can
see
dig
no
it. I know
Christmas
some
Oh,
people
okay.
that-
No, I didn't know that. I
I
didn't
know
know
some
that.
people who get down like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do,
Yeah.
honestly.
Yeah. I think I go so hard because when it comes to Christmas, the lights, the trees, and all that shit, because I didn't have it growing up, and I wanted it so bad. Not necessarily, you know, that I believe in a Santa Claus and no shit like that, but I know this time of year, family gets together, we have fun, we kick it, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's all encompassing, and I just thought that's Christmas to me. Nothing to do with religion. Nothing at all. Nothing at all.
Yeah, well, raising my kids, we did it the traditional way, I guess, the American way. You know, when they were small, we pumped the Santa thing and, you know, the gift giving and all that. But as they got older, you know, and they start to learn on their own what the day was really supposed to entail, you know, I think they got their own perspective of it. You know what I'm saying? And they all run with it. They still believe in the traditional. We do the lights, the trees, the whole nine. But like I said, it's just tradition. It's the way she was raised. It's the way I was raised. Yeah. So, and I can remember a few times as a kid, like going to church on Christmas.
Me too.
You see what I'm saying?
Not a few times, a lot.
A lot.
Cold as hell, and man, I hated that shit.
So yeah, I mean, all that is in there, but it's just like a gumbo. You see what I'm saying? It's a variety of different things, and nobody downs anybody about how they feel about anything. Right. You see what I'm saying?
Right. I tell you what I miss most, man, even about Christmas time period, you know, being a kid on Christmas, having dinner at my grandmama's house.
Yeah.
Talk about it. And or spending the night over there the night before, and she cooking, and you just in the kitchen, just under her, just watching her cook. Oh, I miss that.
Man. Oh, my family thick, bro.
Yeah.
I miss that.
Ain't no skinny people in my family.
Man. Yeah.
Well, I tell we got one or two. My son's skinny ass, and, you know, we got a couple eggs. Still skinny. Yeah. Shit. We ain't got very many skinny people.
We start on my side of the family. You watch out. You might be a biggin.
I wish I could look back.
We eat.
I wish I could look back at that like a movie to see them people. You know, the elders and you know what I mean? Because they all gone. Yeah, they're all gone.
Yeah. But see, they left them times for us to be able to send them back with our kids. You know what I mean? So,
True.
You know. Power on that, man. Y'all keep that shit up.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. Well, shit, man. We gonna go ahead and cut it short because it's the holiday season and everybody needs to get home.
And it's happy holidays to everybody.
For sure.
You know, I'm sending some shout outs, man. I met a cat named Keith, man. Keith, a follower of our show.
Okay.
You know,
shout out, my boy.
And Keith, and I'm gonna tell you this, man. Keith kept it real with me. You know, Keith said, "Listen, man. You know, I want y'all to talk about some shit that really deal with us."
Sure.
You know, so I said, look, man, going into 2024, our focus gonna be on making sure that we tapping in to these young brothers and understanding what they talking about. Cause Keith hit me up with some shit that I never thought about. So Keith said, listen, man, you know, I'm listening to y'all, I'm watching y'all, I'm checking y'all out. He like, man, have y'all thought about the brothers like me, man, who kind of stuck, you know, in our situation? I said, what you mean? He said, man, I'm a father. You know, I've been a great dad to my kids. I'm a husband. You know, I make it all happen, but me and my wife just ain't gonna happen with us. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like I'm stuck in the marriage without no options to be able to do nothing else, and I'm really not happy.
Right.
And y'all never talk about that. All y'all talking about is, you know,
the good times.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn.
Well, we're going to keep it real for Keith right quick then, because me and Vince was just talking about this before you came downstairs.
My nigga.
When I bought all the new equipment, I was like, what the fuck I'm doing this for? I ain't about to be nobody's husband.
Oh, shit.
But that's just like what your boy's saying. He needs an outlet. He needs to hear something. He needs to hear that other people go through the same things.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's stuff I'm looking for in my marriage I'm not fucking getting. And I'm sure my wife probably is the same way. But it's nothing that's going to cause turmoil or drive us apart.
Right.
But we just got to, what I realized is, man, that is not the 30-year-old woman you married. You know what I'm saying? That it's 20, damn near 24 years later.
Right. And
she's like different.
It's like,
grow your ass up.
Grow the fuck up. It's like we still have that same energy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That we had when we were 20 and 21. So we still coming at them like strong. And they like, motherfucker, I've had this shit.
Yeah, you know, and not only that, I've had kids. Right. I'm straight. Like, I'm just happy with, and I have to internalize that myself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I have to realize, like, she is not the same 30-year-old woman.
And
like,
you ain't the same 30-year-old dude.
You know what I'm saying?
We
But
all change.
Some things I still like.
Hey, I feel like I am.
We all, we definitely still like some shit. No doubt.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't feel like. I know I've changed for the better, and I did that shit consciously.
Right.
Because I want her to be happy
Yeah.
with me. Not that I'm trying to make her happy with me.
It's like we have to evolve because the wolf is always at the door.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? There's always somebody out there. You thinking everything great. There's somebody looking to take your fucking spot. Guaranteed.
And that goes both ways.
Right.
That's 100.
Yeah.
Right. So you got to stay up on it.
Now tell your boy, no, we're going to get into it. We're going to talk about mental health, actual physical health.
Yeah.
Going to the doctor's appointment. Tell him now. He ain't out there by himself.
Well, this
We
brother,
go through
man, this is a brother, man. He from Baltimore, Maryland.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And he walked up to me like, man, I told him about it at the barbershop. And he walked up to me like, man, y'all, I want y'all to talk about this. I said, man, come 24.
Yeah.
As my wife would tell you, she want me to keep it real.
Well,
Hey.
how we gonna encompass that, man? We're gonna start doing call-ins. So if like you could have got with Keith and like, man, we about to do a pod, you can call in. You ain't got to say your name. Say how you feel. We could plug the phone into the damn Zoom recorder, and he could tell us what he's looking at or how he's feeling, and we could all chop it up. So we're gonna go into shit like that in 2020.
Yeah.
And then we still got the hall pass version too, man.
Man, that damn shout out to Gerald, man.
Gerald,
Goddamn
hey,
second
but you
chance.
know
That
what?
boy
Gerald
crazy.
actually hitting on something, man, because again, that shit people want to talk about.
Yeah.
And just because it may not impact our personal life,
Yeah.
it can still be, it's a
some people that shit
conversation.
work for.
But more importantly, it's some shit people want to hear about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And my take on what I think with a hall pass and all that shit, my take on it may not be your take on it or
right.
Vince's take on it,
Right.
or more importantly, it could be totally opposite of what somebody who's been
That's right.
successful doing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
and I tell you something else, man. That we definitely gonna have to talk about in 24. But as you get older in life, if you and your wife sleeping in the same bed every single night and your wife ain't getting no sleep, that's a bad, that's horrible,
Yeah.
right? What I find is more people my age, they don't sleep in the same bed with their wife as
Dude,
much
that's
as
crazy. It's a lot of
No.
that. It's a lot of that going
I
on.
know.
It's a lot of that
I
going
know
on.
some people don't even sleep in the same
Yeah.
room.
Yeah. And they still married.
Yeah.
Still making
And it
shit
works.
happen.
And I'm gonna
working
tell
with-
you,
Yeah.
that keep your ass married as you get older.
Yeah.
Right? So again, those are some of the things that people want to talk about when you get to be in your 50s. Those are some important things that could mess a marriage up when
Yeah.
you're in your 30s to even think about that.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Or you didn't care.
And you'll think that something going on. My mate don't like me no more. She cheating on
Like,
me.
no, motherfucker, I like to sleep alone, get a good
Because I
night's
need
sleep,
some
and not
sleep.
hearing your snoring, not hearing feeling you nut. I get that. I get that. I
You dig
totally
what I'm
get
saying?
that.
So yeah, man. 24, we got some shit coming.
Yeah,
man.
yeah. Shout out Gerald. Shout out Keith. You got some shout outs? We doing shout outs. Shit.
I got
Let's
plenty.
do it.
I got plenty.
Shout out Bryce behind
I
the
got
boards.
I get a lot of y'all talk about some crazy shit on y'all show. Y'all be clowning, but real talk though, we do need to delve into the whole mental health, physical health.
For sure.
You know what I mean? All
sure.
that shit because it plays a part in it.
Yeah.
A big part.
Yeah.
Because if your mind ain't right
Yeah.
and your
And-
body
and-
ain't right,
And see, you on the positive side of this thing, you still got your parents.
yeah,
Me and Troy don't.
Yeah, I ain't
You
got
know
no
what I'm
parents
saying?
like
Yeah.
you, man.
So, should they have had conversations like this with their friends and been going to the doctor, getting regular checkups
Right.
and shit like that? I know my mother could have,
yeah,
but that's not something that was talked about back then with them. It was go to work, go to school, graduate high school, maybe go to college, get a job, take care of your family, retire.
Right.
That's all they knew.
that's all they knew.
And so now, man, what we on is we got 2 successful young adults.
Yep.
Both of them are moving in the upward direction.
Mm-hmm.
Our challenge is to bring them together.
Yeah.
You dig what I'm saying? Because we getting a lot of educated people. We got a lot of educated young men and women.
Right.
And the sad thing is because of the modern day of technology, they don't have no conversations.
Yeah, they don't.
You know what I'm
talk.
saying? So you can have a young woman who is a perfect catch
Mhm.
stuck over here in the corner.
Don't have social skills.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then you got a young man over here who is also could be a perfect catch, but he don't feel worthy. right?
Socially awkward.
And so because they don't actually talk,
Yeah.
they both miss.
Yeah, they miss
Dig
it.
what I'm saying?
Opportunity.
Yeah,
It's a
two
missed
ships
opportunity.
passing in the night. Yeah.
So those are the things that I'm talking about when you know, bring that thing together.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
because again, when we get the younger folks to actually listen, and understand, man, at least my Mac didn't start on no internet.
Oh no.
Yeah, it was in person,
I don't know
baby.
about y'all's Mac.
It was pen and
Yeah,
paper.
My
you
Mac
had to
had
get
started
shut
with
down.
some
It
mouthpiece.
was
You
pen
had to
and
get
paper.
shut down.
Pen and paper.
You had
sir.
to, you had to have some mouthpiece, brother.
And you had to know how
You
to
dig what I'm
talk.
saying?
Do you like me? Check yes or no, baby.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
So I think it's our responsibility, man, for real, man, to go back and let them brothers know that your Mac game ain't jacked up, you know, and your Mac game ain't retired when you become married.
yeah.
Because once you get married, you got to do a little more Macking.
Yeah.
You got to.
Yeah.
Because now the truth already out there. She know how much money you make.
Yeah.
She know how many bills your ass got
man,
to pay.
come
You
on.
know
She
what
know
I'm
your
saying?
credit score. Yeah. all
That's
that
when your
shit.
ass
Yeah.
really got to do some Macking.
She know your likes and no likes. And
Hey,
all
you
that
want to talk
shit.
up on some Wednesday night ass?
Man, it's not happening, Cadney. Look, I got a homegirl. She wanted my girl Yo-Yo. Shout out Yo-Yo. What up, Stuck? But she wanted us to talk about, and we'll get into this one, you know, because I want to get her on the phone. But narcissism in marriages, because I don't give a fuck. There's always a spouse that think they the catch and they the one and they the the center of the like. We keeping it real.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I dare say, but I try to check that shit.
Yeah.
Like
you
I
have to.
recognize, I'm like, oh man, I got to chill out with my bullshit, you know.
But see, that comes
because
with age
Yeah.
and wisdom. Because even with me, I got to a certain point where I was like, you know what? I got to flip the way I'm doing things. You see what I'm saying? I got to show interest in what the fuck she got going on if I expect her to show interest in anything I
That's
got
right.
going on.
Yeah.
Even though she don't give a fuck.
yeah,
But
you're right.
at the end
But
of the day,
again, that's the kind of shit at our age right now.
yeah,
Man, I told you my hustle, right? So, man, my wife hate my hustle. You dig what I'm saying? Because she like, all you doing is sitting in front of the TV the whole weekend. You ain't
you
doing
getting
nothing.
busy.
She ain't, hey man, but she don't want to hear none of that shit.
I know,
Yeah.
I know.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
know.
In her mind, you creating a divide in us.
Yeah.
Because
oh,
all you doing is sitting there looking at the TV all day. You dig what I'm saying? You know.
Boy, you should have been here before you should have been here
I'm
pre-pod.
like, damn, baby, I'm trying to hustle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm trying to get a
Yeah.
little something on the
my
side.
career, man, the same thing. I'm gone all week. And with this last gig, I was gone 2 weeks at a time, 2.5.
That cheddar though,
You know what I'm saying?
that money be so good.
The money, but at the end of the day, she appreciates the fact that that's what I do, and she's like, I signed on for this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I still want your fucking ass here.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm sure she gets tired of going to events by herself.
Herself,
and,
yeah, with her
you know,
friends. and
right,
shit
right.
Like, yeah.
I'm sure she
yeah.
gets tired of that shit. I know it gets old.
Yeah, man.
But that's what these people need to know, man. Marriage ain't perfect. Our marriage is well. Let me stop.
No, keep talking.
My
No,
marriage
keep
ain't
talking.
perfect.
No, keep
You
talking.
dig what I'm saying?
You fine?
I can't speak for him.
No,
I'm gonna talk
keep
about mine.
talking.
Mine ain't perfect at all,
Okay,
and I still
okay.
have. Me and my wife still go through shit, you know,
Yes.
just like everybody else do.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? It's probably gonna happen until I'm gone.
Yes. Yes.
She
yes,
probably,
yes.
you know, hopefully not on my dime.
You know
man.
why?
She ain't gonna
You know
bust
why?
my balls,
You
but
know why? You know why that? You know why it's gonna be like that? Because y'all both are fucking invested in this fucking family. That's why.
exactly.
You give a fuck and she give a fuck.
And we've been doing this shit a long time now, and you know, even though she be ready to divorce and leave me and all that shit, let her tell it. So her
Yeah,
ass
you.
ain't
That's
going
just
there,
talk,
goddamn,
though.
well.
Because you got to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That's just talk. That's just to straighten up and get. That's that slap in the back of the head. You talking about Jesus was? Yeah, that's that. That's all that is, bro.
But that's
Like
the
Gerard.
reality of this world, man. You
Yeah.
know, marriages ain't easy. This shit is gonna be hard.
Mhm. It's
you
super
know,
hard.
And I challenge any weak ass person to just give up. Go and give up. You know what I'm saying? Because I shouldn't tell you to. Don't give up. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even though you weak as hell right now, if you want to give up, fight back a little bit more, become a little stronger. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Because
this shit is not for the faint of heart, bro.
no, man, but
it's
you
not.
gotta
No.
realize, man, you got, especially when you got kids. Now, if it's just you get married and you and old girl get married and y'all ain't got no kids, and y'all find out, you know what, this shit ain't gonna work.
Yeah, yeah,
Go and break that up
yeah.
because y'all ain't really brought
Yeah.
the family thing into it yet.
There you go.
If y'all figured out at this point it ain't gonna work between y'all two and there ain't nobody else involved, hey, be happy.
I feel that.
But when you start bringing kids in this world, you have a greater responsibility
Yeah.
to give them more than just walking away.
You got to try to make it work.
Yeah, man.
Because
Gotcha.
they deserve to be able to go to school and have the same last name as their brothers and
There you
sisters.
go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't want to be on the bus and her last name Williams and her brother last name Jones, and people like,
Yeah.
how that's your brother?
Yeah.
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 You know how that shit go.
Yeah.
I
Hell
know.
yeah.
Trust
This
me.
parent
I
teacher
know.
conference, they don't
I
want
fucking lived it.
mama showing up by herself all the time. You know what I'm saying? Kids see that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
So that's my challenge to their ass.
Yeah.
If when you start bringing kids in this world, your ass got to get thick skin.
Got to.
And like I told my kids, especially my sons, you don't want to go out here just making babies with anybody, man.
No.
You're going to be fucked in the
be
game.
miserable. You're going to be
Because
miserable.
she's going to have all the chips.
Yeah.
And you
And they gonna
got
be stacked
multiple
against
all
your
the
ass.
chips. You
Yep.
dig what I'm saying? You
Yeah.
got the multiples.
Yeah. 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 So, all right, Brother Vince, go ahead and give us your final thoughts on this. Religion
The final
slash
thoughts on
family
religion
slash
is-
love
Oh, yeah.
slash everything.
Everything. The final thoughts, though, man, is like I said, as long as you establish a base of goodness and teaching motherfuckers to be better people. You
Right.
understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Because karma is real.
But,
You know, what you put out is going to come back.
but
Yeah.
So
And it might not just be you.
Right.
It might happen to your kids.
it
might-
could
yeah.
it could skip a generation.
Yeah.
it could.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my whole thing, man. You gotta establish a base. I'm not saying whoever believes what is right or wrong. All I'm saying is establish a base and teach these kids to be good people.
Yeah.
You
And
know?
let them decide for themselves.
Right. And the path they choose, you guide them. You know what I mean? You
Yeah.
see them but with my kids, I like to let them fall. Because you learn more from fucking up than from me yelling.
Yeah.
You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
that's
Because
true.
I'm telling you and you're not listening.
You're
so
not listening.
Bump your head.
Bump your head, come back, we'll talk about
Yeah.
what the fuck you did wrong
Yeah.
and how not to make that mistake again.
Yeah.
You see
And
what
just
I'm saying?
watch me.
Right.
That's all you got to do.
That's all you gotta do.
It's not hard. Watch me.
But they ignore that. They ignore that.
I
So-
tell people all the time, like, well, only men, if you going into this thing looking for glory
Oh no.
and to be appreciated, you fucking up because that's not coming. That's not going to happen till you die. When everybody's standing around your casket, he was a good man. He did everything.
well,
He-
no,
you know.
it might have happened before then.
Yeah, okay.
You get your
Even
flowers.
it is, I
Hey,
ain't seen none.
The only
Get your
motherfucker
flowers
that
for
worships you like a hero is a side chick.
Oh, goddamn.
I'm just saying.
You're like, that's my hero.
Them the ones that got the pom pom.
and that ain't doing you no fucking good.
No fucking good.
Yeah, you're right.
No fucking
You're right.
good.
You're right. You're right.
And that was
Sorry, he like, yeah, but anyway, back to God.
ain't that a bitch.
Oh, all right, Troy, give us what you got, baby. Give us what you got.
All right, I'm gonna tell you, man. I'm gonna stand on, you know,
You gonna stand on business?
business for sure.
Business. Put me in it.
I'm gonna stand on having a firm religion foundation in your family early. I think is very important
Mm-hmm.
because as your kids become adults and they start to have their own families, that same foundation is gonna carry with them.
Right.
I don't give a damn what you believe in.
Mm-hmm.
You got to believe in something,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right? And on top of that, I think that when you bring that into a marriage early on,
Mm-hmm.
your success rate becomes a little bit more because now y'all got something to build on together,
Okay.
right? And when you building on that together, again, you incorporating a family and you bringing your kids in this environment, it's a whole lot harder to just walk away because you've already established that this is the right way to go.
Mm-hmm.
I challenge men to step up, you know, and be that leader in their households. You know, don't let generational curse affect you,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Break that shit.
And don't be the nigga who blamed it on generational
There
curse.
you go. There you go.
Right.
Like
There
me,
you go.
because I'm that guy who blamed it on generational curse. Because I could have very well been the leader in my household
Could've
in this
changed
area.
it. You could have made the change.
You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I close on, bruh, keep your shit together. More importantly, build a foundation that your kids can walk on.
Mm-hmm.
We done already walked. But if we don't allow them pavement, they can't run.
True.
You dig what I'm saying? Because it's easy as hell to say what we did.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I was doing this and I was doing that, and I didn't do this and didn't do that because somebody else.
Yeah.
It's time to stop that shit.
Mm-hmm.
You dig what I'm saying? It's time to stop that shit. Yeah. Like in my own example, right? I fucked up. I didn't stand on when I should have and did my part.
But the fact that you give a fuck says a lot.
Because I don't want my son to repeat
It says
that.
a lot. It says a lot
You
to me.
dig what I'm saying?
It says a lot
So,
to me.
I believe in the power of prayer.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I believe that the prayer is what's going to keep us straight. You dig what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, again, you got to stand on business. But more importantly, you got to lead your family in the right area
True.
if you want to survive.
Yeah.
Now, if your ass just out here trying to just, for the first 2 or 3 years, I'm going to do me, man, you got life fucked
Yeah.
up.
You got life all the way fucked
That's
up.
on the real.
And I'm a firm believer. If I don't care what anybody's religious beliefs are, I really fucking don't. But if you're steadfast in that religion, just because you're thinking about the great reward, then you're a piece of shit to me. I'm sorry. If that's what drives you, I'm gonna be with God. That's why I do this. That's why. No, you're supposed to do that any fucking way.
Right.
Yeah.
So
I'm with that.
Yeah. So
I'm with that.
if your faith drives you and keeps you honest and keeps you fucking good and you're of service out here, I'm all with it. And if you don't have a faith and you still that same way, I'm with that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
It should be more than searching for or seeking a reward in the afterlife.
Yeah. Because that's not real. You know what I'm saying? You're not doing it for the right reasons.
That's what you got to do. You got to live while you're on earth.
Yeah.
My dad used to tell me all the time. Matter of fact, one of his best slogans is,
Yeah.
life is for the living.
Yeah.
Man, come on.
You dig what
Come
I'm
on.
saying?
Yeah. I can
Come
dig
on.
it.
Life for the living.
Life is for the living.
And he also used to tell me, fun is for those who have some.
Ooh.
Shame on those who don't.
Ooh.
Because I'm going to keep it real.
Yeah.
I like that.
Ain't none of us
I like
promised
that.
tomorrow.
No,
I
we're
like
not.
that.
We're not.
So you better enjoy it right now. But when we leave here, I want to leave here knowing, you know what, my kids got the right foundation.
And they straight.
You know what I'm saying? And
That's
so
all
my
that's it for
grandkids
me,
and the
bro.
grandkids and the
That's it
great-great-great-grandkids.
for me.
And I want to leave here knowing that I'm not going to be punished for being a fucked up person.
Yeah.
With this opportunity that I had.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
Like I tell my kids all the time, they like, oh, Pops, you done had so many injuries, you done did this, that. I said, when I'm done with this body, this motherfucker's going to be well
Hey,
used.
they're going to turn it in.
They're going to turn it in. Ain't going to be no more use of it.
That's right.
Yes, sir. All right, man. Well, we appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. This is the holiday edition. When is what we at? Christmas Eve is Sunday?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow. God,
Yeah.
dang.
We
The
on
year is
that.
gone.
The year's gone.
Year's over with. Like I said,
Yeah.
when we come back in 24,
Mm-hmm.
we on a whole nother. I ain't gonna say nothing, another,
Yeah.
but we going.
Y'all
hard,
see we
man.
got the new
We
equipment.
gonna bring this
We-
thing, man.
Bryce back there moving us around. We shaking and
Yeah, man.
baking.
Yeah, man.
Things are looking good.
Yeah, man.
And we getting, dude, I'm telling you, we got a lot more like people behind us than you think. Like it's messed up because we just on YouTube right now, so that's what's kind of messing us up.
Hey, they
Right.
first though,
Yeah, for sure. For
You
sure.
know.
For sure.
and we
So,
love them.
Yeah. So we appreciate y'all, man, for tuning in.
Oh, yeah.
I'm Perry,
I'm Trouble T. Roy.
Big Vince.
and we out. Peace.
Peace, y'all.
And I'm working this hard for a reason. Been a minute trying to make it right. Saying, baby, this is our season.